Rosario Hubbell. Let me approach and collect these exhibits.
You may, yes. Sergeant Hubbell, if you would step forward and raise your right hand, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
You swear affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do, sir.
Go ahead and have a seat in the witness stand. Please watch your step as you step into the stand.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you please state your name, introduce yourself to the jury, and spell your last for the record?
It's Rosario S. Hubbell, last name Hubbell, Hubbell.
Why don't we spell Rosario too?
Rosario is Rosario.
Your nickname's Rocky?
I go by Rocky, a little easier than Rosario. Sometimes it's a tongue twister.
I'm not going to have you spell that, all right? What is your occupation?
I'll apologize first. I'm recovering from a chest cold, as you can hear, so I hope my voice lasts. I may have to
Half the
clear.
room is recovering from that same chest cold.
Okay. So you all understand if I have to clear my throat. I apologize. I work for the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. I'm currently employed as the sergeant for the patrol midnight shift.
And there's some water to your right if you need some.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. How long have you been with the sheriff's office?
16 years.
Back in January of 2020, what was your role in the sheriff's office?
I was assigned as the major crimes sergeant for the investigations division.
And how many sergeants were with the major crimes unit back then?
One sergeant. So there were 4 sergeants in the investigations division. I was assigned the major crimes unit.
Okay. So the major crimes unit, what kind of cases do you investigate? What kind of cases do you get involved in?
Okay, major crimes, so assaults, major assaults, armed robberies, homicides, major child abuse cases where there's felony level charges, which would mean that there are severe injuries to a child. My team also takes on cold casework and missing and runaway persons.
That last category you just mentioned, is that how you became involved in this investigation?
That is how I became involved, yes.
So back in January of 2020, specifically January 27th of 2020, were you familiar that an individual by the name of Sgt Stauchs went missing and was not able to be found?
So I believe the missing persons report came in on the night of the 27th.
Okay.
I was unaware of that.
When did you become aware?
I became aware the morning of the January 28th.
Tell the jury how you became aware of that.
I was at the office working, and I had received a request from the Fountain Police Department saying that they would offer assistance if we needed any assistance with the missing 11-year-old, which was the first I became aware of the report that patrol had taken. It was at that time that I got my team spun up and got them en route to the 6627 Mandan address and started trying to get information on what patrol had learned at that point and where we were. Because I was just getting started when Fountain had reached out to us. I had no idea that we were looking for anybody at this point.
Okay. And so did you stay with the investigation as it progressed through time?
I was the supervisor over that for the entire period, yes.
And so could you describe to the jury how the investigation progressed through time? We talked about it starting as a runaway or missing persons. Where did it eventually go?
So yes, we started out as a missing person runaway case. We then got detectives involved. Detectives started to run a standard procedure for a missing persons case. We went out, we started to do things like ask for anything that might have a sample of Gannon's DNA on it. We wanted to get a comparative sample, and we started worst case scenarioing at that time, if I could say that word, which is part of our protocol to start building that up. As we started to go into our investigation, we started to get a lack of cooperation from Ms. Stauch, who was our reporting party. At that point, we knew that we needed to put more resources into locating Gannon. We were very concerned at this point. We didn't know the who, what, why, and where, but we definitely knew that with an 11-year-old missing for the time period that we had now, things were not going to end well if we couldn't find him immediately. So we started ramping up from that missing person to potentially an abducted child. I reached out to CBI, tried to figure out what they wanted for an Amber Alert. We didn't have any information on that would match an abducted child because we didn't have a suspect. I didn't have a vehicle. And at that point, that's when we started to expand. We started getting our search and rescue teams involved. There were obviously very many community groups that put together teams of people that were out searching. We immediately turned our missing persons runaway team into the entire investigations division. So not only was my major crimes unit, which is 4 detectives, that's all we have, it was the rest of the unit. So all of the detectives that were available were now working full-time on this case.
And as the investigation progressed, were you relying on what the defendant, Ms. Stauch, was telling you, being that she was the last person to see Gannon?
That was our main focus, was what information could Ms. Stauch provide to help us locate Gannon, yes.
And did that lead to several searches and search warrants of 6627 Mandan Drive, the residence where Gannon lived?
Yes.
And did the first search happen on really January 27th when the first patrol officers went there and did a cursory search looking for Gannon in the house?
That was the first one, correct, yes.
And did it progress all the way through February?
Yes, it did.
And each time you went out there, did you learn more about what may have happened to Gannon at that residence?
Yes, each search provided more information and helped develop the investigation and help push it further every time.
And were you out there for the majority of these searches?
I was out there, I would say for a few of them. I would say that would constitute majority.
Okay. I want to turn your attention to February 3rd of 2020. Do you recall going out to that residence to do a search on that date?
I do recall doing some work out at the address on February 3rd, yes.
Okay, 6627 Mandan Drive.
At that, yes, that address.
I don't want to get into all the details of the search, but I want to turn your attention to Gannon's room. Did you have an understanding where Gannon's room was prior to February 3rd, 2020?
Yes.
Tell the jury about what you saw and noticed in Gannon's room on February 3rd, 2020 that may have escalated the investigation to a homicide.
So we had denoted that there was blood evidence in the room, on the walls, on an electrical socket. The blood evidence that was located was very hard to see. It wasn't easily visible to the human eye. This is when we came to come back to the address, and we wanted to use Blue Star chemical that would give us a presumptive test if we were able to locate blood that's not visible to the human eye. It lights up under blue light. It gives us a luminescence, and it tells us we want to concentrate on that spot. That was presumptive hit for blood. We went to Gannon's room. I specifically went down there. Due to the blood evidence that I could visibly see, it appeared to me that the blood had been cleaned up. I was interested in an electrical socket that was down near the borderline of the wall. There was carpet underneath, and if there had been a large presence of blood, sometimes cleaning that blood, you can push the blood through to the backside of the carpet or into the pad. So the carpet was pulled back. I had a patch that I believed was possible blood. So it was very stiff, appeared to be cleaned. And I had reached out and touched that portion. and realized that when I reached out and touched it, I wasn't wearing gloves at the time. So I made a note in my report that I had touched that area, didn't glove up. If we were able to pull any DNA, I'd have to provide a sample.
Sure, go ahead.
But I was able to pull the carpet back at that point and notice that there was saturation through the carpet into the carpet pad, and that there was staining on the cement that appeared all to be from blood stain.
And did that escalate the investigation at that point?
Yes, absolutely.
And was the location of this area that you just described that you touched that soaked through the padding into the concrete, was that directly below Gannon's bed?
It would have been in a location where Gannon's bed would have been, yes.
Now, as a result of this, did that lead you to look for a blood-stained pattern expert to come in and perhaps do an analysis on Gannon's wall and the bedroom?
Yes, that did. It led us to reach out.
And who did you reach out to?
We reached out to Tom Griffin of Bevel and Gardner. I took a crime scene reconstruction class, became certified in level 1 crime scene reconstruction. And my instructor was Mr. Tom Griffin of Bevel and Gardner. And I had went through my chain of command and suggested that Tom Griffin be contacted to see if he would be able to assist in analyzing the scene for us.
Okay. And earlier you mentioned Blue Star. Do you recall talking about the Blue Star?
I remember previously, yes.
And was there a large amount of Blue Star used within the entire residence of 6627 Mandan Drive?
Yes, there was a lot of Blue Star used.
And were you out there for the majority of these searches where Blue Star was being used?
For the most part, yes.
And on February 25th of 2020, did you go out with a video recorder and document 6627 Mandan Drive, the entire residence, to kind of summarize where the Blue Star was placed, where evidentiary items were, where rooms were, and things like that?
Yes, I did head out to 6627 Mandan, and I took a video recorder with me, and due to the complexity of the scene, it's hard to sit down in a report and put down cardinal directions to tell you that this house generally faces north. We're talking about a bedroom that was in the south east corner of the residence. So I used the video recorder to go to that residence, 6627 Mandan Drive, and record the entire residence so that there would be an optical capture of the scene.
And would that video assist the jury in understanding the layout of the house, where the Blue Star was applied, and things of that nature?
I think it would help clarify quite a bit, yes.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
I'm going to hand you what's been marked as 372. Do you recognize that disc?
I do recognize it.
And what is that disc?
This is the disc that has the video that I captured of the residence.
And does that actually depict the entirety of the video that you took on March 25th, 2020 of 6627 Mandan Drive?
Yes, this includes the entirety of that video.
Move to admit 372.
Defense? Or an objection? Exhibit 372 will be admitted.
Tanner, I think it's approximately 22 minutes long. I don't know if you want to play it or do you want to take a break first, however the court wants.
Let's take a break first, and then we can play it all in its entirety. Otherwise, yeah, let's take a break first. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take our afternoon break. So if I can have everyone back in the jury room at, say, 3:25, we should be able to start on time at that point. Again, don't discuss the case among yourselves. Don't discuss the case with anyone else. Don't do your own independent investigation about any aspect of the case. And we'll see you back at 3:25. All right, for the jury, please. When we took our break, we were in the midst of the Sergeant Hubbell's testimony, and we're going to play the video at this point.
That's correct, General. We'll play People's Exhibit 372 at this time.
All right.
This is Sgt Hubbell with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. This is Wednesday, approximately 2 p.m. on February 25th. This is 6627 Mandan Drive from the exterior.
Is that a connection issue?
Yeah, I don't know, Your Honor, if there's technical difficulties. I know I just watched it on my computer and it wasn't doing this.
Well, restart it.
And so maybe we can,
Just restart it and see if it will play.
okay, we play it from my computer because I know it's smooth on that one. I don't think it got copied.
You just need to hook it up to yours instead of Ms. Gratiano's. It should play the same way.
Okay.
Turn that off until you're ready, but
This is Sgt Hubbell with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. This is Wednesday, approximately 2 p.m. on February 25th. This is 6627 Mandan Drive from the exterior. This is the gate that leads to the backyard of 6627 Mandan. As you can see, the gate is locked from the exterior side of the fence. This is the front entry into 6627 Mandan Drive. This would be from the front door. This is the upper level of the home. There are 2 bedrooms, the kitchen and living room area, and a sliding glass door to the backyard, and then the laundry room area, which exits into the garage for this residence. To the right is the first bedroom. This would be the room where Lena stays. As you enter the front hallway, you see that it opens up into the kitchen area of the residence. The kitchen does have a sliding glass door that exits to the backyard of the residence. We will exit that in a moment and show the other side of the gate from the backyard perspective. The living room area. Our main hallway. This enters into the master bedroom. Which has an attached bathroom and walk-in closet area. Moving back out towards the garage. And the area in front of you is the laundry area. We'll move into the garage. Since we're in the garage, I will start with some points of interest. The floor planks that you see on the ground are in the position they were during the first call when Gannon was reported to be missing. You can see that the tops of the boards have been sawed off. These were collected after a blood reagent called Blue Star was used on the ends of the four boards that had been cut, and there was a positive reaction. That positive reaction gives us a presumptive that blood was present on those boards. On the garage floor, in the area that we're looking at between the broom, the cord, and the empty space on the floor, there were some Blue Star reactions on the floor in this area. They were in the form of droplets. They were not very large. As we move from the concrete to the stairs, there was a Blue Star reaction on the stair showing a potential possible partial shoe impression that, again, with it being Blue Star, that reaction tells us it's presumptive for blood. Moving up into the laundry area, the tile in the laundry room did have positive reaction to the Blue Star, again telling us the potential presence for blood. They were small hits in the laundry area. Basically, they were droplet size, not much larger than that. If we close the laundry room door to the garage, you can see that there is still blood on the door and on the door handle. This would be the door leading into the garage. We'll turn around in the laundry room. The last Blue Star hit of note was down at the baseline where the tile meets the carpet. It would be in your right-hand side of the frame where the doorway begins, and that frame for the doorway, there was a hit with the Blue Star agent right where the carpet meets the tile and meets the threshold for the doorway. That hit then led to us moving into the living room area. Again, this was the upstairs living and kitchen room area. You'll see the carpet area here. The carpet area in focus had a reaction to the Blue Star. The carpet appears ripped in this area. That rip is for checking the underside of that carpet to look for saturation, and there was none found. The stairs were then tested with the Blue Star reagent. There were positive hits on the stairs. They were small drop patterns, not much larger than a quarter for most of the stains. There was more of a reaction from the Blue Star, showing that there was heavy cleaning going on. The cleaning reacts with the Blue Star, but it does not provide an immediate reaction. It provides a slow illuminating reaction after some time, which indicated to us that there was some cleaning of the stairs and this landing area prior to heading down the stairs. There was luminol reaction on this landing. You can see that the carpet is not in its proper position. That carpet has also been pulled up underneath the carpet to check for saturation stains to the other side, and none were located. The baseboards around this landing did illuminate when the Blue Star was applied, showing that presumptive reaction for blood. Continuing down the stairs into the basement, Blue Star was used on the stairs going down. The Blue Star reacted to the stairs. Again, these were small hits, quarter size, and some significant cleaning. This patch of carpet into the basement, illuminated with Blue Star, showing that there was a lot of cleaning going on in this area. There was a very small single reaction to Blue Star at the base of the table. That, again, was about quarter size. As we hit the bottom of the stairs, this is the basement area of the residence. If you continue around to the right, you will see that there is a closet. It's a storage closet. We have a bedroom down here, all the way to the right. This would have been Harley's bedroom. We have another bathroom area. This bedroom has a closet attached to it. Into the storage closet. In the living room, we have the couch. The area removed from the couch was the area that candle wax was located. This was in the area for the Sunday night candle event where the candle was ordered to be knocked over. When it was knocked over, it ignited a fire in the carpet. Portion of the carpet that was originally cut out was in this area here. You can still see some of the padding where the burn mark for where the padding melted. This would be the area that the candle landed. While doing a search, the area next to the candle, Blue Star was used. There was a positive hit, again being presumptive for blood. So a larger portion of the carpet was then cut out and retained so that that could be tested. Moving back in the basement, heading back to the stairs where you came down. Again, Blue Star reacted in this area, showing a large cleaning event. We had a single hit over by this furniture leg, about the size of a quarter. You come around to the hallway. We have a storage room. And then if you continue to the right, you have Gannon's bedroom. Before going into Gannon's bedroom, there was Blue Star used in the hallway. It reacted, showing a small trail, which led to the storage area. On the floor in the storage area, you can see that there are several locations that have been marked with Sharpie. Those are areas that were illuminated with Blue Star and showed a presumptive for blood. That blood was present. There is a trail that leads back into the storage room towards the sump pump located in the corner. The trail ending at that box. All these boxes were removed. Blue Star was used on the entire room. It was just this particular trail that has been marked and highlighted that was located. There were no other presumptive positives for blood in the storage room. Backing out of the storage room, moving into Gannon's room.